Punch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me tonight we have Nick.
Hello.
And Brandon.
Hi.
And boy, do we have a lot to talk about this week. We got some big blockbusters came out.
He's lying.
Yeah, like Fallout. You guys heard of that game? Fallout? Yeah. And like Tomb Raider. And StarCraft. Yep. And then there's that Nintendo Direct to talk about, too.
Ooh.
Which
Nintendo never does a Direct anymore. They quit.
Yeah, and there's no news in it anyway, so it's totally devoid of information. And yeah. So, are you guys ready to get started?
Yeah, I just don't understand why you think we have news. We have nothing to talk about.
Yeah. Nick, since you seem to be the one with the singular game to talk about,
yeah.
Why don't we start there with Fallout?
Yeah, if it wasn't obvious enough, I only played one game this week, and that was Fallout 4. I've gotten pretty far, I would say, into the story. I haven't finished it yet, but so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I guess I'll start with a lot of the shit people have been complaining about, and as technical glitches and stuff like that. I play it on the PS4, and I know 4 or 5 other people, personally, who also play on PS4. Haven't had that many issues whatsoever. There's like minor graphical issues here and there, like some draw distance issues. I actually posted a picture on my Twitter yesterday of like I found a body of water and there was like 2 different shades of water, and they were kind of like meeting in like a straight line next to each other. But as far as performance goes, at least for me on the PS4, this has been the best performing console version of a Fallout game yet. By this time, Fallout 3 and New Vegas had both crashed on me, had various character model issues, various physics issues, and none of that seems to be present, really, right now with this game.
We don't even talk about New Vegas. New Vegas was basically broken from the start and never was fixed.
I mean, it got better, but it was pretty bad at launch.
Oh, yeah. New Vegas was borderline unplayable for some consoles at launch. Cough 360, cough.
And that seems to be the issue with Fallout 4
on the Xbox
One and PC as well. But I'm not sure which.
I got no problems on PC.
Or which platform has it worse? It's probably the Xbox One because I've heard
definitely Xbox One
major frame rate drops, like 0.
I've seen the Xbox One thing that you're talking about. Like, I've actually seen it happen because someone was streaming on Xbox One, and the frame rate would go, and then they took an actual video when not streaming to prove that, hey, it's not just me streaming, this is video straight from the system itself, and it had in between, such as Diamond City. Mm-hmm. It can't load in all the textures quickly enough, so it drops you down to like no frames for a few seconds while it loads the textures, and then it'll slowly go back up to like 17 and then 20 and then back at your 30 frames a second.
I mean, I've had some slowdowns here and there, but it was never full stop, and it was never to a point where like it was unbearable. Again, these games are more ambitious than others, especially an open world game. And when you have a world like Fallout where you have to create all these separate little things going on at the same time, it can be a little bit, intense for the system to handle, I suppose. But I don't know. I've had little to no issue with my PS4. Hasn't crashed.
People that are bitching about the PC version are just full of shit. There's nothing wrong. I have a 7.6.
People who are bitching about that version don't have the right spec to play the game.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Like, I don't even have the right specs, technically, to play at the level I'm playing at. I get some slowdown, and that's it. I've not had a single crash.
Yeah, because my computer, which is fairly recent, I'd say about a year and a half old, can barely play the game, and I would need to get, like, a slightly faster processor to be able to play the game perfectly. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I would suppose that people who are having a lot of issues on PC probably don't have a good graphics card or something like that. That could be the case. I don't personally know every PC this thing's playing. I can only base it off the console, which is, the same for every person playing on the console. But other than that, I have like very little issue with the game so far. I've noticed there's like some continuity errors in like the conversations you have with people.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you've come across this yet, Brandon, or I don't think Mike's playing the game, but
nope.
Like the first time you meet somebody, like literally the first time I walk up to somebody and say hello, I've like called them by name, and I'm like, I haven't met you yet. Why did I call you by name?
There's a lot of issues with a dialogue tree, and that's what a lot of people complain about. And I'm gonna give you the best explanation. Basically, there was someone that was writing out something that was like this. Let's take, for example, a baby's drowning in the lake. Fallout 1 would be like, ask more information, agree to help, decide not to help, accidentally say something that pisses off NPC, blah, 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 that sort of thing. 2 would be the same sort of thing, but I add in a pop culture reference at the end. 3 would be the same sort of thing. Yes, I will save the baby. It depends on how much money you're willing to give me. I won't save the baby, or then like have like intelligence and be like, the baby's drowning, that kind of shit. New Vegas, I'll save the baby, not save the baby. Give me money and I'll get your baby. Here's medicine to fix the baby that was drowning. Or I totally know how to swim. Let me go do that. Fallout 4 is like yes, no, which is also yes, or sarcastic, which is also yes, or the final option, which would be like, I hate babies. Like Fallout 4 is fucking really, really dumbed down version when it comes to things. And yes, I just stole that specifically from someone's non-recommendation review that they put up on Steam. But it's because it's true. That's how it works. Like, there is literally a part that I've seen, spoilers, not big spoilers, but anything that we could say could be a spoiler. So, essentially, it's like, there's a baby, it's inside of a crib, there's some tubes in it, what are you gonna do? And it's like, I'm gonna adjust the tubes, which could possibly kill it, or I'm going to take it out of the tubes, which will definitely kill it, or the third option, which is, I'm going to eat the baby. Fucking what? It's like, okay.
And don't worry, that's Fallout 3 DLC spoilers.
Yes, exactly.
Not Fallout 4 spoilers.
But no, I'm saying it's like
I had to remember what you were talking about for a second.
It's like that sort of thing, though, is what I'm saying. It's kind of
it is like that.
Jump to, like, what is going on here? You know?
They've
like,
also...
And so it's kind of like they took the tree from, like, Fallout 3 and New Vegas, but made it more specifically where it's, like, very few options. See, I was trying to give an example and, like, take out the other things where it would just be like, yes, or I'm gonna eat it. Like, it's just like, you have yes, and then the most ridiculous answer you could ever get.
It's like, yes, no, yes, teenager rolling her eyes, or, like, no. But,
exactly. Or you could be like me and just kill them, and then there you go.
Another thing I've noticed is, like, when you try to do certain, like, speech challenges where it's like you want to convince them, or you want to say something to them to convince them to go your way.
Oh my god, fuck that robot that's inside the globe. Fuck that robot that's
Fallout 3,
inside the globe.
It was like, alright, you have 80% chance of persuading them.
It doesn't tell you anything here.
Fallout New Vegas, is your speech at 45? Yes, alright, you're good. Fallout 4, alright, you have 3 colors, yellow, orange, and red. The deeper you go into red, good luck. Because the deeper red you are, the more they're not going to believe your bullshit.
Yep. Yep. But I have, like, yellows, and I choose yellow, and they're like...
yellows even sometimes won't.
No, you fail. Oh, no, I almost always fail it, which is why I'm like, God, fucking... Like, the robot thing. Like, have you gone to the robot the robot sale lot, and, like, they were waiting for the manager to get back? Okay. Alright, I won't spoil that one, but there was something there where it was like, you can tell me this, or you can tell me this. Oh, you've told me this, now I need you to give me an ID to prove that you are that person. I left it in my other pants pocket. I had a yellow on that, so it should have technically worked. Nope! Fucking instantly. Just shoots me in the face. I'm dead. And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that was a bad idea. Alright then. I'll just tell him I have no ID. I don't have an ID. Bam! Shot in the face. Instantly dead. Fucking bullshit like that. It's just like, you don't really know. Like, it's like, okay. You don't really know what the outcome's gonna be. And you have no idea if the next thing you say is gonna lead to you getting shot in the face. And that's what happens a lot in Fallout 4. Like, a lot. So, I mean,
those are just my little... I mean, there's some, like, facial recognition things that I'm like, he's yelling at me, but his face is telling me, like, I'm very calm right now, but you're yelling at me.
How
so
dare you?
Sure.
And he's just smiling.
Yeah, like, how dare... yeah. Which that would be creepy. But, I mean, those are just, like, little things that I've noticed here and there. As for things that I like and or love about the game, I love the town. I love the whole area of Boston. It's fun to go around and explore. Very detailed. I don't know if you noticed while playing the game, but since you wake up like a week or so before Halloween, actually when when it is Halloween, there's Halloween decorations all around,
I noticed.
and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Some of the areas I've been to have been like really awesome. One of my favorite places in the game is the Glowing Sea.
I haven't gone there, I don't think. So.
It's not really it's just a location. It's like, it's whatever.
No, I'm not calling you for
yeah.
spoilers.
No, I know.
I don't know what that place looks like yet.
I feel the need to say that because, like, God forbid I say, like, hey, guess what? There's a laser pistol in this game. People are like, oh, well, I didn't know that.
Oh my god! Someone actually did spoil something for me that I did not know was in the game, but I should have known because it's been in every Fallout, so... Yeah. You probably know what I'm talking about.
Is it a weapon of some sort?
No, it's a thing that you run into.
A thing that I run into?
Mm-hmm.
A wall.
Penises.
Oh!
That's it. That's the one.
$300 to that man for being correct.
Mm-hmm.
I've messed around a little bit with the settlement builder, which is a lot of fun and very time consuming. It is very, very time consuming because, like, you will find yourself wanting to have everything in, like, the perfect, everything's, like, lining up perfectly. It's in the perfect location, and you're planning out how your little settlement looks. I've seen some extremely, extremely well done ones on Reddit, and I'm like, wow, I am never going to be that good. But, I try. Other than that, like I said earlier, I've gotten fairly far into the story. I think I've been playing the game for about 12 hours or so. I don't really care for where they're at in the story right now, but I have a feeling that it's going to change. Like, I have a feeling that what they're presenting me right now is not the truth, and I'm going to, it's going to be like another, like a plot twist of some sort, and it's going to be like, hey, by the way, A, B, and C is actually not. So
here's my thing. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Nick Valentine, best. Just best. Like, I love Nick Valentine. He's so good.
Yeah, I love him.
Before I got to his portion of the game, I was just kind of like, it's alright. But when I got to his portion, I was like, yeah! Because I love detective-like shit. I love it.
Yeah,
and I love really people
cool.
that have the voice of, like, yeah, see? I fucking love that shit. So, like, when I hit that, I was like, this is best. Oh my god, yay. So, like, yeah.
This is best. But so far, everything I've predicted or thought about what the game was going to go in some direction, it's pretty much gone in that direction. In, like, one way or another.
I literally predicted how it was going to start. Like, when the game first started.
Oh, yeah, no, when they explained to you the very beginning of the game, when they were showing it off at E3, I'm like, alright, no, this is definitely 100% what happened. Which, I mean, whatever. But I'm having so much fun with it, and I cannot put it down, and it's great. Another thing I want to talk about real quick, I did get the Pip-Boy edition, which I don't know if you got it, Brandon.
I did not.
You did not. Okay, so I just want to talk about the Pip-Boy briefly. I had to literally shove my phone into the slot for the Pip-Boy because Motorola had this great idea to have a flat front with a curved back. So it's not exactly like a bar type phone. It's like a very like gentle slope on the back. But once I actually got it in the Pip-Boy itself and turned it on and the lights were going, using the companion app for the game is so fucking awesome. Like, it's so stupid and it's so unneeded, and, like, obviously, a second
Have you
screen
been picking up those,
experience.
like, games you get in the computers? Because you can play those on that app on the phone. So,
but it's great because, like, first off, I don't play the game with the Pip-Boy on my wrist because it's very clunky, and you're like, when I play, obviously I have to turn my wrist from being facing my facing me to my knee. So it's like you're trying to play and you're like, this just keeps bumping into my leg. But, when you actually want to use the Pip-Boy companion app and actually, play the game with it, it's so great because, you're sitting in the game, you're like, all right, let me change this radio station, go to this quest, put this gun on, and let me change this color. And it just all does it, and it all works great. And I love it. But it's also, like, stupid at the same time, but I'm like a sucker for that kind of shit. So that is all I have been playing. and all I will be probably playing for the next week or so. I have some other shit I kind of want to get into, but that will be talked about next time.
Next time.
All right.
Brandon, do you have anything else to add on Fallout?
You can get lost in the game really fucking easy. Like, I mean, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go do this mission, and then I ran into something really cool, because, like, normally in past Fallouts, it would be every now and again to barely that you would run into, like, an active event that's like, you run into someone and they're saying something, and you're just instantly in a mission. Like, you didn't sign up for this, you're fucking in it now, though. I've had that happen multiple times in Fallout 4. One that was really cool, actually, and since I have, like, I'm suave as fuck, as I like to say. That's what my character is. He is suave as fuck. Since I can pretty much persuade people to do anything I want. I can't persuade robots to do it, though, but people I can. Robots. Yeah, so, like, ran into this one guy. Who, I don't know if have you run into the guy about halfway between Diamond City and the outside of Diamond City that has a guy standing right next to him that looks exactly like him, and he says something about he's a synth, he's trying to take over my life and steal my family away from me, and then the other guy's like, no, that guy's the synth, he has no idea what he's talking about, please help me. Did you run into that shit?
I have not.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I totally expect that to be in this game.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm not gonna say anything else, but that, like, I was just walking around and I ran into that and I was like, what?
Have you been charged at by Super Mutant Suicider yet?
I have not, but I know it's a thing.
Oh my god, it's great because they literally charge at you like a football player holding a mini nuke. And all you hear is the beeping of the mini nuke as it gets closer and closer. And literally the only thing you can do is, like, to save yourself is either try and shoot the nuke or just run the fuck away. Because it's so, I got killed like a few times by it, and it's like it's such a goddamn it moment, but at the same time you can't help but laugh because of what just happened.
So, I mean, there's a lot I want to talk about this game, but because spoilers, I really can't. But I do want to mention one thing. Have you been reading, like, the terminals when you go into vaults? Because some of them are so fucking cool, and if you haven't been, you really
terminals. In Vault 111, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't do much in 114.
The one with Nick Valentine. Did you read those terminals? No. Oh my god. That story was so cool. Like, they have really cool stories in each one of the vaults. I highly recommend reading them. So, like, if you are playing this game, listeners, or Nick... you should definitely read all of the terminals, because the stories they make are so fucking cool.
Oh no, I found, like, a lot of, like, little like, not even in vaults, just little areas, like, from, like, around the wasteland that just is like, here's a skeleton on the ground with a holotape next to it, and you listen to the holotape, it's like a little snippet of this person's life and, like, what they were going through at the time. And, like, some of the people just have the best timing, and some of the other people are just kind of stupid. So. I love all those little details they put throughout the wasteland. That's like, that goes back to what I was saying before. It's like, you have to realize that the world of Fallout 4, like, in game, there's always something going on somewhere, whether you're there or not. Because, like, you can walk up sometimes, there's, like, a firefight going on between super mutants and Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, and
or
you're
there's,
just like, what?
Raiders fighting Mirelurks, or there's Death Claws and they're getting attacked by ghouls. So it's like, I'm gonna bring this up real quick. Since this happens 5 minutes into the game, fuck it. How did you feel about how quickly you got the fucking, like, armor? It's so quick. It's like, I'm happy you brought that up because I did want to talk about it. I'm okay with the way they're doing power armor in this game now, because if you go back to 3 in New Vegas, it was like, all right, once you got power armor, that's all you wore.
Yeah.
Because it was the best. I think now in this game, you know, forcing you to go out and find the power source for the armor, and it basically just being a suit you can use for a certain amount of time, it makes you go out and scavenge and look for better armor to build and craft better armor and stuff like that, so that, you know, you're not just relying on this one suit of armor for the rest of the game. And I don't know if you've seen, but there's a lot of suits of power armor you can get in this game. I saw one dude literally had 20 of them lined up on Reddit, and he said he felt like Iron Man. He had like a little cubby for each one. Each one had its own station for it to be worked on. They were all lit up, all painted different, all had different, body styles, like arms, legs, helmets, whatever. So I like it in that sense, but it's kind of weird how like literally like you get into the game and it's like, all right, here you go, power armor. And I'm like,
it's like, oh, let's give you the most powerful weapon like 5 minutes into the game. Here you go.
That and like power armor required training before, and now it's just like, all right, let me put this power core in, turn the little wheel on the back, hop in, and I'm good.
It's like, yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing, but fuck it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Whee!
So, I mean, I like I said, I like the fact that you have to get sources of power, which, by the way, if you go over to the Brotherhood of Steel, it's not hard to steal like 30 of them.
But what if you're part of the Brotherhood of Steel and you just get infinite power over things anyway, because they're like, here you go.
Yeah, there's people that can fix it, mod it, fucking give you new power cells.
That's why that was the first person I was like, hey, I want to be part of your group. And they're like, cool.
I have another reason why.
You gotta prove your worth. And I was like, okay, here, I'm gonna kill everybody outside your building that's trying to attack you right now. Now can I join you? Yeah. Good.
I have another reason why I want to be a part of them, which I cannot talk about. And there's reasons why I cannot talk about because of plot. But once you get there, I think you will understand why I wanted to be part of them. But, yeah, I really like what they did with the power armor in this game. I want to try and find, obviously, the rarest power armor in the game, which I think is the one that makes you look like it's the power armor from Fallout 2, like the helmet and everything.
Oh, cool.
I love that power armor. But, yeah, there's a lot of different ones you can find, a lot of different mods for it, and, just that. The mods and all that shit are just one of the many things I love about this game is the freedom that you can like build whatever you want and change like a regular pistol into like an automatic long barrel with a scope, extended mag, extended stock, and just completely change one weapon and make it something completely different and have fun with it. It's good.
All right.
So, Brandon, what else have you been playing?
Man, nothing. No, I'm joking. I actually have.
I feel like you can just play Fallout.
So, I got to play Star Wars Battlefront early. Yay! It's not that good. Like, let's see. What's the best way to put this? The co-op mode is actually probably the second most amount of fun I had with the game. And the most fun I had was the 6v6 heroes versus villains mode. Oh my god. That I had hours of fun with. But the rest of the game just feels kind of dull and literally kind of like they just kind of slapped Battlefield onto Battlefront. Like, I don't know, there's something about it because like when I played the beta, it didn't feel this way, but something feels off now, and I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but it's just not enjoyable. I was having some fun playing the air combat mode, which they have, which is very bare bones, and I kind of liked it. And the fact that you could go into first person and try to be like, pew, 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 and you're like shooting and all that good jazz. Yeah, it was alright. But, Heroes vs. Villains. I'm going to talk about this, because this was a cool-ass mode, which we didn't get to play in the beta. Heroes vs. Villains is a mode where it's 6v6. 3 players on each team, however, are iconic heroes or iconic villains. So on the hero side, you get to be Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and Leia. On the villain side, you get to be Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, and Boba Fett.
Yo.
It's a shit ton of fun because the heroes are super overpowered, and they have to work together with, like, their minions, which are the other 3 players, and, like, try to kill all the villains, or vice versa. This was fun as hell, because you had, like, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, like, jumping through the trees where the Ewoks would live, and just, like, slicing each other like it's some kind of fucking Dragon Ball Z fight going on. And, like, Boba Fett coming up behind trying to light them on fire with a flamethrower or firing rockets at them, and shit was nuts, and it was a lot of fun. But, like, the Walker Assault was boring, and it just feels like it goes nowhere. And the, like, deathmatch mode is boring, and the air combat's okay the first few times you play it, but then it gets boring. And I didn't even try Supremacy, which I still gotta try a few more of the modes, but I think I only have like 3 modes I haven't played. But it's just boring, and the models look really bad. Like, really bad. Like, look like it could have been on a last-gen game. So, like, Luke Skywalker kind of looks like a figurine, so I can't really tell half the time if I'm playing Battlefront or Disney Infinity. And then I remember I didn't have to buy figurines to play it, so I'm like, oh yeah, this is Battlefront. Okay, it's not that bad, but
I was saying,
really
that's a bit extreme, but...
They look very plastic.
Are you playing it on PC, I'm guessing?
No, I'm playing it on Xbox One.
So you did like the EA...
I did the EA access so I could play 10 free hours of in-game time. Yep, that's what I did. Because I didn't want to buy the game, but I did want to play the game. Yeah. So I did that. That's not a bad way to do it. So, like, $5 for that, plus, you know, for the month, I get to also play Battlefield Hardline and a bunch of other games, including such as like Dragon Age Inquisition on Xbox One for free. You know, it's not too bad, but I mostly signed up this time, continued my sign up so I could play Battlefront, but it's not that good. It's really not. It doesn't feel like there's anything there. I haven't found speeder bikes. I'm like, where are my fucking speeder bikes? I'm in an area where there should be speeder bikes. It's like, there are no speeder bikes. What the fuck is wrong with you? And it's like, where's my AT-ATs? And it's like, oh, they're power-ups. It's like, it's just not good. It's not fun. And it upsets me very, very much that it isn't.
Well, it's EA and DICE. What were you expecting?
I was expecting a good game like Battlefield, because I don't know if you've played Battlefield 4, but it's actually a shit ton of fun. So is Hardline. It's generic, Hardline is, but it's still fun.
Yeah, but when you water that down, this is apparently what you get. Yeah,
this is very watered down, like, to the point where it's just not fun. So it's, I mean... and I see they have 4 expansion packs planned for it, and that scares me. So there's that. It's just not good. Like, it's not. I played it for 3 days within spans of 2 hours apiece each day. Save a little bit of time to try, if you know. Anyway, but anyway, yeah. So I played like 6 of the 10 hours. I got like 4 hours left, but it's not worth your time. It really isn't. Don't bother. If you're a Star Wars fan, I mean, I am a Star Wars fan. Like, I really like Star Wars. And I was playing this thinking my time would be spent better elsewhere. Like, maybe I should put in Super Star Wars on the NES or something. I mean, the Super Nintendo, and play that instead. I played a little bit of Triforce Heroes, which I also picked up. I haven't got to play it online yet. I've only played...
Told you, that's the way to play it.
Oh, it is. I know it is. I only played, like, the first 2 areas and like sets of areas, because they do it in like 5 groups, and they have like 5, so it's 5 stages, but inside each stage is 5 groups of floors that you have to go through.
Isn't it 4 and 4?
I thought it was 5 because there's a boss at the end.
There's a boss at the end of the stage.
I don't know. I'm dumb.
I think it's 4 and 4. I could be wrong.
Maybe. But anyway, so that's actually pretty cool. I actually like that game a lot. The random aspect of the like crafting is going to be really weird, and I could see it getting obnoxious, because it'll be like, I picked this one, I picked this one, I picked this one, ha ha ha, my friend got the fucking rare again. Fuck you. I could see that happening.
Well, I mean, you saw the Nintendo Direct, like the item that they're adding in, right?
I did, but that's weird. That shouldn't happen.
It seems really cheats. That is.
Yeah, it seems really cheats.
Because that person's not going to have any, like, presumably not going to have any, like, helpful ability during the battles. And then he'll get to the end and just be like, oh, I'm gonna rush to the end to get the better item. And, like, you know, like, everyone else is going to be like, you know he's going to be a dick and try to take the better item.
Yeah, he's going to do, like, the full speed ahead head charge.
Yeah.
Like, with the right bumper thing. Yeah, he's going to instantly do that and then be like, this is mine, bye. fucking gone.
I mean, I guess it's okay if you're playing like single player. Sure.
Yeah, that would be alright in single player, but like if they let that go in online mode, that shit's weird and not fair at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm liking Triforce Heroes so far. I also played Block Legend, which is a fun tablet/PC game where essentially you have these like blocks and you have to like it's kind of like Puzzle Quest, but instead of matching 3, it's like Pop It, if you ever remember that game. It used to be like an old cell phone game where like you would pop the balloons and it's like, these color balloons are green. Oh, look, all these green balloons, pop those. Oh, here's orange balloons, pop those. Except on the color of the boxes that you pop, you have like a shield, a sword, a magic attack, an XP, and like that's how you level up. And you go through and try to get to the end of like the line, because at the top there's like a this is where you start, and as you defeat and as you level up, you go further along the top, and when you get to the very end there's a boss at the end. It's that kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I've been enjoying that. I played the Nintendo Badge Arcade.
Nintendo Badger Arcade.
You played this too, Mike.
Yes, I did.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
It's a scam. That's what it is. It's like, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I like the free to start stuff. But, like, that fucking bunny. I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. It's kind of charming, but, like, all it does is beg you for money. It's like, come on, give me money. Don't you want to pay for what you're playing? Like, no, actually, I do not want to give you anything. I just want to play for free. And you know, it'd be even nicer if you were just up front and gave me my free plays each day, instead of, like, having to, like, dick around and play this test machine. I think I'm a bit angrier about this than I thought I was. But,
really?
Like, I
didn't know.
It's charming, but it is, like I said, I don't know, there's just too much going on there, and I don't really like crane games. So, but it's
like the bomb one or the hammer one.
Yeah, and there's still like that kind of crane aspect to it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's neat. Like, if you're just gonna play it for free, that's fine. And I know people have had good luck at getting things like significant amount of badges for like really cheap. So, like, I heard someone got like something ridiculous, like 300 badges with just spending like $5. So...
Oh, I got 52 and I only spent $1.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like it's too ludicrous, but I guess I don't really, like, the badges don't really excite me that much as they are right now. So, but it's neat. Like like we were talking about before the podcast, there's badges that you can use to replace, like, the eShop and, like, the Miiverse and, like, the sound things, and that's all neat. But, like I said, it's just not really my thing. I don't know. I don't like skill games. I really don't.
I do. They're some of my favorite things, but I feel these are kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like Nintendo is actually catching on, because the first day, they were super fucking easy to the point where it was like, I didn't lose on a single one. The second day, I didn't lose on anything, but I started noticing them getting kind of cheap with their placement of where the badges were, and like where you had to drop them in. The third day, like, and so on and so forth, like, as the days go on, I feel like their placement of the badges and like where you can actually drop them into the hole to score them has gotten more and more stupid, to the point where they've like noticed, like, all right, we got to get them hooked. Now that we've got them hooked, we're going to make it so they can't win, so they'll give us more money, so they'll try to win, so the blah, 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 blah. And, like, it feels like they're actually doing that, and I don't know, and I think I might be right, but I feel like Nintendo is actually doing, like, a sort of, like, mind game sort of thing, where it's like, they get you hooked by making you be like, oh, I could get those badges. I got those badges. I got so many of those. Fuck it, I'll just do it again. Whatever. Let's get these. Why didn't I get that one? I thought I should have got that one. And, like, I started having that feeling about maybe a day or two ago, where, like, I was doing the exact same thing I'd been doing, but, like, it didn't close at the right spot, or, like, it clipped on, or like that badge was so big that when I actually grabbed it, it made it hard for the crane to come back up and knock the other badges down because of it. So I only got the top of that badge, and like, I started to see what you're doing there, Nintendo. It's pretty sneaky, but I see what you're doing. But nonetheless, I still get my free plays each day, and I still try to get a badge or two. And it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, you could decorate your menu with it. You can stick the badges to your folders, which I think is pretty neat, because, I mean, it's way better looking than, like, my folders had, like, just the first letter in there. So I had, like, Game Boy games. That'd just be a G.
Yeah.
Well, now it's, like, Mario. So, whatever. I mean, it looks better. I'd rather have, like, a Game Boy badge.
I really wish I could have got those Famicom things that they had there the first day. Because I didn't know about the free badges the first day, the free plays for doing the crane thing the first day. I didn't find out until the second day, which was my first day.
The first day that I got on too.
And that was the day that the Famicom stuff was gone. So I was like, damn it! And I would love to have gotten one of those and put that for like my Virtual Console stuff on my folder that has all my Virtual Console games in it. That would have been great. I'm hoping those show back up, because that's what I want. I would actually spend $1 just to get those. So.
Or just get good. They don't have to spend any money.
Ooh, get good.
Ooh, get good.
I knew that was coming. But yeah, I also went back to one of my favorite old DS puzzle games by the name of Meteos. I don't know if any of you ever
I've
played
heard of that.
Yep, I've played it. It's Sakurai's puzzle game.
Oh, it is. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun. I still love this game to this day. I hadn't played it in a while. I picked it up for like $6.
I haven't
Still
played it
in
in a
box and
long
everything.
time either.
A few weeks ago, because I found it and I was like, yes, I want this. So I did. And yeah, this game is still so much fun to play. I was playing it right before I came into the podcast, actually. I'm half tempted to turn it on and start playing it during the podcast.
Surprised you haven't, actually.
I'm going to do that right now. Thank you very much. But yeah, I like this game. It was one of my original DS purchases when it released, but I haven't played it since then. So that and the Nintendo DS Tetris. Oh, I would kill to find that again. That game's awesome.
That is my favorite puzzle game. Like,
It's so good. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if I ever find that, I'm gonna get that also.
I mean, that would be a better spend of your ludicrously overpriced games.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. We don't talk about that. Yeah, I really shouldn't have bought that, should I?
Oh my goodness.
Well, you wanted it, right? So
Oh, yeah, definitely.
that's what's important.
I got Mega Man 3, and now I have Mega Man 5.
Yay!
I like it.
What about
Yay.
Mega Man 6 and 4?
We're not going to talk about
Or the
that.
Mega Man Legacy Collection?
I have that
Woo!
on PC.
I'll
I'll be getting it on DS because it comes out a day after my birthday. So there we go.
Oh, we need to talk about that a bit later again in news, but are you all gamed out with what you've been playing?
Yeah, I'm gamed out.
Alright. So I got
I'm
my...
going to play Meteos, which I'm playing right now.
So I got my 3 games. I got Legacy of the Void, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Which one do you guys want to hear about first? I'll let you dictate.
Amiibo Festival.
Amiibo
Amiibo
Festival.
Festival.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
So, this is a game.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So, talk about Nintendo things that really, like, shill products on you.
Oh, God.
And that is Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
In a nutshell.
So, let me talk about the main board game thing is the first thing.
Mhm.
I know they showed this off at E3 a couple times. You guys are probably all familiar with it. It's kind of looks reminiscent of Animal Crossing, but it has like a mix of, I would say, like the game of life in it, and also Fortune Street, because it has a big stock market thing in there.
Mhm.
So there is a little bit of strategy there, and it also does the thing like where in Fortune Street, if you remember, you had to go through and collect. You had to go to like the 4 different areas to get like the different card symbols.
Listen, I don't remember
bonus.
Fortune Street because the only time I ever played it was when I was drunk.
Yeah,
So-
and that game is actually way too hard to play drunk. This game
It's
you
really
can.
hard to play while drunk.
And,
Without a
and
doubt.
sober, but it's definitely hard to play while you're drunk. But yeah, so this game has a similar stamp thing though. You have to go collect 4 stamps, and then you
Okay.
get bonuses for it too.
Mhm.
The
Uh-oh.
the way you win the game is through happy points, and you get those either
Wait,
from
hold on.
Yeah.
Run that by me again.
Happy points.
Happy points.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Nintendo.
Or maybe it's happiness points. I don't know, but it's like.
I think they're called happy points. HP. I think they actually call them happy points.
But it's either happy points or happiness points. But regardless, it is happy points. That is what you get. That is the equivalent of like your stars in this game, and you get them like so. This is the thing with this game though. Like it's really. So let me tell you something. Let's say you play this game with 4 players. All right.
Yes.
You actually don't need Amiibo for all 4 players. If 2 people have Amiibo, the other 2 people can play as just generic characters. That sounds nice, right? Well,
I don't know, because I hear a butt coming.
There's definitely a butt coming. The butt is coming right now. So, the player who plays the Amiibo, every time they roll the dice with the Amiibo, they get a happy point.
What?
The players who do not have Amiibo cannot get happy points. If you're playing a full month's worth of the game, because that's what it does, it starts on like day 1 of the month and ends on like the 30th or whatever, then the player with the Amiibo basically might as well just get 30 happy points just right off the get-go. And let me tell you, at least in the matches that I've had played, people don't win by like giant numbers of happy points. Like 30 points is staggering. So I don't know if the game makes it up in some other way, but the players for the Amiibo, they can't roll the dice without scanning their Amiibo. They have to scan it in that way. So...
Oh my god.
Nintendo's
like, listen, stop being poor, or you lose.
Yeah, basically. But the thing is with this game, though, it's so random. Now let me tell you about how random this game is.
Uh-oh.
We were playing a game, and I think I kind of said this. The money, the bells that you get, can and will be converted to happiness points at the end of the game. For every 1,000 bells that you have, that's 1 happiness point. So if you have 50,000 bells, which is a lot, that is a very, very high amount of money for this game, that's 50 happiness points. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing a game the other day, and the computer lands on one of like the spots where it's like good luck, good money, you'll get money and like happiness points or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, growing that money tree really paid off. Not plus 90,000 bells. 90,000 bells." This person instantly went from very last place to very, very, very first place. And there was no way anyone could catch up. And then he took all those bells and dumped them into the stock market, doubled his money, actually, no, tripled his money.
Oh my god.
And fucking, like, no one was even close to catching up to him. Like I said, 50,000 bells is a lot in this game. They just gave him 90,000. Just randomly on a whim. It's like, okay. Yeah, and then the game will do things too, like the stock market, like I said. It does play, just like it does in the game, and that can totally fuck you up too. So, which is part of the risk. I mean, to be fair.
I'm not gonna lie, you're not telling me not to buy this right now. I'm loving the sounds of this so far.
I mean, it is kind of like Mario Party, where the game is just like, whatever.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't care who wins, we're just gonna
Fuck it.
like...
Oops,
what?
all berries.
Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of thing. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I am just saying...
I just realized you said oops, all berries. Oh, fuck, that was good. That was too
might
good.
as well be what it is. But yeah, like, this game is like... It's entertaining, but it's completely luck-based. So, I mean, you take that as you will. Like, there is, like I said, a little bit of skill involved.
Mm-hmm.
But odds are, the board game randomness is going to dictate who wins and who loses, and not so much anything that you chose to do during the course, unless you deliberately go out of your way to lose. Like
unless you bought Amiibos,
and those help, but they help, but they won't stop the onslaught of craziness. And then so let me tell you about the other things that are just kind of interesting about the choices that they made in this game. So that board game is that thing, and like I said, I would say it's fun, but like I said, it is very random.
Mm-hmm.
when you start up the game for the first time, it just throws you into the board game. It's just like, okay, it's time to play.
Can you play this without other people?
I have played it multiplayer and single player at this point.
Okay. So, is the single player viable?
I mean, it's just like playing Mario Party.
Mario Party, yeah. But I mean, like, is it shitty or could it actually be fun? That's what I meant by that.
I mean,
because like Mario Party single player could sometimes be fun, like Mario Party 3 and shit like that. Those had some good, decent single players. That's why I was wondering if like the AI, you could like change it to like hardcore AI that rapes your face, that randomly rolls fucking the best it possibly can.
There is no settings for the AI as far as I've been able to find.
Right.
And like I said, personally, I like playing board games, and I don't mind playing them by myself, so I don't think that this is that bad. Mm-hmm. But it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, you have to play this game by yourself. But, there is a but. The mini-games on this may make up for the single-player board game stuff. Which is where I was heading into. So
that's the thing I wanted to ask you about, actually. I heard there's an actual survival game in the mini games.
Yeah, we actually talked about it on news a couple weeks ago. But let me just set up a little bit more of this before I get into that.
Okay.
Because the game, to unlock the extra modes, you have to get tickets. To get tickets, you have to get 100 happiness points. And
to get 100 happiness points, you have to like randomly roll a 6 when someone's sneezing in Wisconsin. Because that's how random it is.
No, it's just you can get it through the board game or through like the different mini games.
I was just making a joke at how luck-based it was.
Yeah, but it is pretty luck-based. I mean, to some degree. Like, I think playing through like a 30-minute version, because you can set timers on the board game.
Okay, so Mario Party. Gotcha.
Playing 30 minutes got me like 80 happiness points. And if you play with multiplayer, if you're playing with like 2, 3, 4 people, I believe all the happiness points go back into the pot.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't. If you're playing by yourself, it could take a little while. But playing one person, it took me like 2 rounds of the board game to unlock the survival, like desert island mode.
Mm-hmm.
So that there is like 7 or 8 different modes I think on the board. I've actually only played 2 of them right now because everything needs like 3 or 4 tickets to unlock. Aside from the balloon thing, which is unlocked from the beginning, after you play the board game twice.
Okay.
So when you play the game for the first time, you have to play the board game twice, then it finally lets you see the rest of the plaza and the balloon things open. And then you can spend your tickets on like other things. And like everything needs like a shit ton of tickets, it feels like. Like 3 and 4 feel like a lot, because it's a lot of trips to play through the game. But, like the mini games, you can get the tickets a lot faster than you can with the board game. So there's your trade-off, but if you're playing multiplayer on the board game, you can probably get the tickets way faster than you could any other way. But, so the survival mode, I did play. The balloon thing was the other thing I played. It was just stupid. It's kind of like Plinko, mixed with like a bullseye thing, where you like touch the Amiibo cards onto it, and they fall into this group of balloons, and they bounce along, and then if they land on a certain part of this moving island, then they get, like, bonus points.
That sounds dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb. But the survival thing is actually kind of cool. So you take the Amiibo cards that you have, or they give you 3 when you buy the game. So you can at least play anything that's available as far as I can tell. So you either take the ones that you have or the ones that are in the game, and then you scan those in, and they are 3 villagers. Obviously, the ones that you scanned in.
Mm-hmm.
But every villager has different abilities. So, like, one I scanned in was, like, this bird named Phil. He's, like, an ostrich-looking fucker. And he can, like, walk around, like, really far. He can walk more space than the other ones, because he's an ostrich.
Mm-hmm.
Then I scanned in, like, this pig. And I guess because he's a pig, he likes to cook. So he has some special cooking ability that he can do. And then, the other one I had was an octopus. I don't remember what his ability... Oh, I think he can just make items whenever he wants, or some weird thing. I don't know. But they all have different abilities. And then, like, so you're scouring around this island for, like, different supplies. And you can get, like, supplies to build a fishing pole, because you have to make food to survive. And you can make supplies for, shovel, which you can use to make a trap, or dig up pitfalls so you don't fall in them, which is good, because you don't want to fall in those pieces of shit. And then there's, like, enemies, like centipedes came out and were attacking me, or you can, like, fight bees to get honey, and then you gotta find all the pieces of the boat so you can escape within the set number of days. and there's like 30 some different challenges to play through. And that is actually kind of cool. I've had a lot of fun with that. And it's pretty neat considering...
That actually sounds like fun.
Yeah, and it's pretty neat considering that you could scan in, like, all the Amiibo cards. Like, they all work. They scan in. And when you scan them in, too, they show up in your, like, plaza. And apparently they can show up in, like, the houses you designed. Can transfer over to the game if they're saved on the cards. And those can go into thing. Yeah. So, but there's the trick, though. Like, this game is really a big advertisement for Amiibo cards and Amiibos. But it is really neat, some of the stuff that they have in there. I'm not really convinced that this game could not be done without Amiibos. But I think, like, with the survival stuff, the card stuff's actually kind of neat. I guess some other modes in the game, too, are, like, there's a battle mode. There is, like, an acorn thing. There's, like, a Hit Mr. Rossetti kind of game.
Sweet.
So,
I always wanted to do that.
So, yeah, I mean, is it the greatest package ever? No, but if you are okay with playing what is there, I think it's worthwhile. I think it's worth checking out. Like I said,
That actually sounds like fun.
Yeah. And you get all the stuff you really need to play right in the box. Extra Amiibo or an optional. But, like I said, it is kind of rando in terms of what's going on. So, but yeah, the survival stuff is pretty cool, I would say. And the quiz show I heard is really hard still. I still haven't played that one. But, yeah. That's... Do you guys have any other questions on Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival?
No, I'm just going to buy the Amiibo separately. I really want the Isabelle and Digby Amiibos really bad.
I think they said Digby will only be available in the bundle, though.
I can just
this is...
I've looked into importing it.
Okay. Did they sell him separate overseas?
Yeah, it's like $10 American if you order it from Japan.
Oh, that's not bad at all, then. So, otherwise, I got Legacy of the Void and Rise of the Tomb Raider. What you guys want to hear about?
Let's hear Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Okay. I don't have that much to say on this, because I probably only put like 3 or 4 hours in it so far.
Okay.
But it is Tomb Raider. Again, it looks really nice. It's pretty much like built on basically what it was from the last game. Like, I wouldn't expect anything too crazy here if you had played well, I don't remember what was it just called, Tomb Raider? Is that what the last one was called?
Yeah.
I can't remember if they had a subtitle or anything.
I think it did, but I don't think it was...
No, hold on. It's just Tomb Raider.
Yeah, so it still had, like, this game still has, like, all the crafting stuff that was in there. It has, like, basically it's a mix of Last of Us, Uncharted, and just Tomb Raider. So, it's got the exploring stuff, it's got the crafting stuff, it's got the set pieces. It's really good from what I've been able to play. I'm still really early to the game. Mm-hmm. It seems like, too, they made hunting more of an important thing in this game, since they kind of make it a featured thing kind of at the beginning. The story is very Tomb Raider-esque, like, you know what to expect. It's kind of out there, you know, kind of sci-fi-ish. I mean, I haven't really hit anything on there yet, but it's kind of, you can expect that to be where it's going. The voice acting, I think, is really good. The game runs flawlessly as far as I've seen. Mm-hmm. I hit one stutter once so far, and it was just for like a second. I thought the game had frozen, and then it just picked right up where it was going. So that's really fun. I mean, it's got kind of the challenge mode, the world exploring stuff. And you can find your tombs, which are kind of not really tombs, but you know, that's how they still are in this game. Like, I found this boat to explore, and I mean, it's like 2 puzzles, and once you're through it, that's really all it is. But maybe the other tombs are more in depth. I don't know. It does also have like a weird skill about like leveling up your language skills. So like, yeah, she'll like go around and like read murals, and then she'll be like, "Oh, now I
can speak Icon.
Greek was the first one that we come
Moon speak.
Be like, oh, she reads a couple murals, and she's like, okay, now I can read this thing, and I'm like, I don't know how you understood language just by looking at these murals, but whatever. So that's what it is. I still got a lot more time to put in this, but it is really good so far. I do really like it. I think it looks good. The Xbox One controller will forever throw me off because the buttons are reversed compared to what I know, but that is something we're working through. And I don't know, any other questions you guys have on it? I don't have that much more to say other than it's good. I do like what I've played so far.
No.
No? Okay. Legacy of the Void it is then. Last up, StarCraft 2. This is probably the end of StarCraft 2. The talks I've had for, I don't know how long it's been since I've, like, blitzed through the game, like, the whole series. So, I started Legacy of the Void, and I finished it. And so, let me just say this. They have done a great job of making an RTS campaign. Just like the other games in StarCraft 2, the missions are a lot of fun. They really do some neat stuff. I thought the Legacy of the Void, so when you buy this, it's broken up into kind of 3 parts. The prologue that's been available for a little while for free for everyone at this point. They have, like, the main Legacy of the Void story, and then they have the epilogue, which is, like, the final 3 missions.
Mm-hmm.
The Legacy of the Void campaign is all Protoss, which is what you wanted. It's kind of the story of them retaking Aiur, which you probably have seen from the trailers. Not really a spoiler alert, but spoiler alert, because they have to have some strife in this. That doesn't really go as smoothly as you would expect it to. So the rest of the game is them trying to go through the motions of getting Aiur back. So I like the way that the story goes. In that regards, I think it's not too bad. It basically, from A to B of the Protoss campaign, it's in line with, I think, what you would expect based off the other 2 games. The epilogue, though, I don't know. I saw someone say that they kind of pulled a Mass Effect 3 with the ending. That might be a little extreme, but I wouldn't totally say that it's wrong. The missions themselves are like top of the line. I mean, they're kind of bland in terms of like what you're looking at, but in terms of like difficulty and skill level, I think they're onto some unique stuff that have you keep on going. They're definitely challenging even on normal. I know some people have some difficulty with them for sure, but the story, personally, as a StarCraft fan, I mean, I guess if this was the last game, and like if they were never going to make a piece of StarCraft story again, this is a fine way to end it. Like, this was the permanent end to the series. I would probably be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
But because they've already announced that there's DLC coming next year, and I know that this universe is going to continue on, I don't know if I'm particularly thrilled with it. But who knows? I'll let them try to win me over with that. But it's just kind of... They definitely were trying to set up this grand story, and I don't think it stood up to... Definitely did not stand up to the story of StarCraft 1. Like, not even close. So, I don't really want to go into, like, really any spoilers with this, but I would say, at the end of the day, the campaign, the actual gameplay is awesome, and that is what you should look forward to. I said the missions are crazy. They do have this whole thing, too, about, what is it? The Sphere of a Dune. It's like the spaceship that kind of like you get at the beginning of the game, and it's like your support system in this one. Like in the last game in Heart of the Swarm, like the thing you were like or leveling up was like Kerrigan, and it gave her special abilities. In this game, it's the Sphere of a Dune, and basically the ship can give you special abilities from orbit. Like it can do things like it can just instantly warp down a pylon, or it can do things like shoot down these crazy death lasers and destroy everything. So, it's pretty interesting. It's got nice mechanics there. It can definitely feel very OP, but very balanced at the same time. Which I think is something that, it's just, the balance that they have for the gameplay and campaign is just great. Like, I do like what they have going on there. It's just, I wish the story was as well done as the rest. So, there is that. But there is something I do say that I did get to try with StarCraft 2 that I did really, really like. And that was co-op. So they did announce that there was co-op missions in this. I think we talked about it a while ago. But basically the way it works is they're co-op campaign missions instead of being like, against, whatever AI. It's usually like you'll have 2 bases next to each other. It'll be like, destroy all the shuttles or destroy all the void crystals. And you get to pick, like a commander. Like you can be like Kerrigan or Raynor. And as you play, you level up the characters. And they get additional abilities as they get leveled up. And, I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. It's got like a nice let's say, campaign vibe to it with the co-op aspects of it. Like, get the leveling up there, which is kind of rewarding too. The missions are pretty fast, so it's not like you're waiting too long. It's got different difficulty levels, which give you bonus XP, which is pretty nice. I do think there's not a wide variety of co-op levels, which is kind of disappointing, but that is something that they can fix later. I know they're planning on adding more commanders in, so I don't see why they can't add more co-op missions in later. But yeah, that's StarCraft 2. I think it's fun. It was a decent ending to the series. I just hope it's not the last thing. I'm looking forward to the DLC. So that's my pitch. Anything else you guys want to know about StarCraft Legacy of the Void?
No, I think I'm good with that.
To talk to you to death about it. All right, you guys ready to move on to news then?
Yes.
Nope.
No? No news?
Yeah, I'm good. We're good.
No news from Brandon?
No news.
No news?
No news. No news for all the views. Here comes the news. Na 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 news.
So, news. We got a Nintendo Direct this week. The long-awaited Nintendo Direct.
And it sucked. Like always. Ugh, it was so bad. It didn't give us anything good. As per usual.
Yeah, I know.
That was my impersonation of the internet.
I think the internet
did I do a good job?
I think the internet was pretty responsive to it, to be honest. I have the news down here. I didn't put
that was a joke. So that was just me trying to be like the internet, like they always are.
But I don't think the internet in this case
they weren't this time. In this case, they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
But normally they are. So yeah.
So I don't have
no. The internet exploded with this one.
Like, I know.
Boom.
They did. So I don't have the news in any specific order here. It's just kind of the order that I found it in as I was looking it up. So we're going to start with the big guns first. Cloud is coming to Smash Brothers. What?
Yeah. Who wants to get that Cloud Amiibo?
I would totally buy one.
I don't know about you guys, but to me, this pretty much cements that the NX is going to have the Final. I was about to say Fallout. Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to 100% be on it.
No, this doesn't cement anything.
I think it does.
I think this is clearly just us being fucked with again, as per usual. Ooh, they're going to start thinking something's coming to the NX or something's coming to the Wii U. No, I'm just fucking with you. I mean, there's nothing to it. It's just, I felt like putting another third-party character in because people are sick of third-party characters, so let's give him one more. Oh, also, he has a sword. Here we go.
I have to say...
That's what this clearly is.
They did such a teabag to Sony because their Smash clone, first off, didn't have any Final Fantasy characters and did not have Cloud. Mm-hmm. So that was like, to me, that seems like a big smack in the face. Like, we got one of your most requested characters.
This is how it would have been if Final Fantasy VII would have originally come out in 64 like it was supposed to.
Which, by the way, I don't particularly like Cloud as a character.
He's terrible. I hate it. Mm-hmm.
Although, I cannot wait for him to be in this game because of the music, because of the level, and because of his smash attack.
Dude, that level looks so good.
Fucking awesome. And I can't wait to play him.
So are you guys ready to hear me hate on this announcement?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yes. Please do.
I know I have been very adamant that I do not like third-party characters in Smash. Mm-hmm. So, Cloud being in there is really irritating to begin with, A. But B, too, like, Cloud really has not been on Nintendo systems at all. I mean, like...
Never.
Snake, I know some people are like, well, Snake, is really big on PlayStation. Yeah, but you know what? He was on the NES, and he did have, like, they did make Twin Snakes, which was a pretty big deal. Cloud has been on, like, Theatrhythm. Like, that's it. Yep. Yeah,
Theatrhythm. That's all I was thinking, too.
Like, I don't understand what this announcement is, too. And also, too, I think it's a slap in the face, considering that, Cloud was the epitome of the PlayStation vs. N64, like, Fallout. Like, that really was the kind of the thing. Granted, we do have Sonic on the system now. I mean, bygones be bygones, whatever. But it's not like the system's getting Final Fantasy support, really, in any way. So I think it's a really odd choice.
But
Final Fantasy Explorers, that was also announced to be coming overseas.
That Cloud is not going to be in.
But has Cloud outfits in it. And is an entire Final Fantasy thing just in general.
But you never let me finish my thought. The end of that sentence was going to be, I don't know why they didn't pick anyone else from a Final Fantasy game that has appeared on like they could have done Cecil from like
They
Final
should have done
Fantasy
Kefka.
4.
They
That
should
would
have done
be
Kefka.
sweet.
Or, yeah, like they had other choices that definitely had much more history with Nintendo.
Kefka. It should have been Kefka.
Well, here's the thing, and I think you can agree with me on this.
Kefka for Smash.
There's a significant lack of blonde swordsmen in Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
So
there's very few.
so we needed another one.
Yeah,
I can definitely see your point with this a lot because it's like, see, I can't even say. I was gonna say, what if we added Gex to the game? But Gex was on a Nintendo system at one point.
Yeah, N64.
But like
2 games.
this is like, hey, we're adding Arbiter. Wait a minute. Like, it doesn't make any sense because Cloud, like you said, has literally not been on any system for Nintendo.
It's just
If
like
you
I
want to
said.
count Theatrhythm, but
It's-
let's not.
It's just like Theatrhythm's fantastic. Don't
You know
count
what would
it.
have been cooler? Add
So-
fucking Furion. Put Furion in this bitch.
Dude, Kefka for Smash, alright?
No. Fuck
Kefka
that
for
shit.
Smash.
If we're doing the Squaresoft characters, either Furion, or if you want to get Jesus, we can put Chrono in there, or whatever the
If you
fuck.
want to get Jesus, we could put Chrono in there.
But
Chrono would have been a great choice too.
yeah, that would have been sweet because that game is one of the most popular games for the Super Nintendo. It would have made sense.
So there is one last thing that's been knocking around in my head with this too. Like putting Cloud in Smash Brothers could have been like a bartering chip for something else. Like I know Geno has been a very heavily requested character for some time.
Ooh,
So
stop it! You're getting me excited.
I know. So I would not be surprised if they were like, hey, what if we put Cloud in this? We really want Geno in this game. If we put Cloud in this game, will you let us have Geno in the game? You know, like, it's...
Oh, man.
It is possible.
Shit.
I do think that there is some significance to it being Cloud. Like, let's be honest. Like, I don't think it's just
There's
kind of...
something going on there.
There's gotta be some... Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, now you got me
If they
excited for December.
if they add Geno in, I would love that because he's one of my favorite characters, which I don't know if I should say is a Mario or a Final Fantasy character, but nevertheless, he's one of my favorite characters and I love him a lot. And I would love to have an official Geno amiibo, not, somebody made a custom one, which by the way, the custom one doesn't look too bad. But if they were like, oh, by the way, you loved when we added Cloud to Smash, here's Geno. What the fuck? That would be sweet.
And to...
The internet would explode. Then.
Yeah.
That's what would happen. Because did you guys see all the fucking reaction videos of Cloud?
Yeah.
Oh my god, some of those were amazing.
And to be fair, too, like, there is...
Did you see the guy that practically ate the paper? It was so funny. He was like, "Oh no, and he's
The
like,
best I saw
you saw him
was
like
like-
grab the wrapping paper from behind and throw it up in the air, and then like grab it and put it in his mouth. He's like, "This fucking Cloud!"
The best was when they were like, hey guys, Cloud's in Smash, and they put like a cloud with a happy face on it from Mario.
Yeah, I saw that, too. But,
This was a live reaction video from someone that was streaming on Twitch while watching it. It was so good.
But anyways, so the thing to keep in mind too, a lot of people think that because Cloud was announced in this instead of the final Smash Brothers Direct that's coming next month in December, that they're sitting on something big that is going to be a counterpoint to that. So
Yeah.
I would assume so because adding Cloud to Smash is a pretty big fucking deal, even if you're not a fan of, Final Fantasy VII.
yeah.
Now, I'm just a
I
fan
don't
of
like
Final
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy VII.
It's fun.
And
No, that's a fair point. But you and I, and I'm not sure about Mike, are fans of Final Fantasy in some way, shape, or form. So we can appreciate seeing some sort of representation from that series. Is it the correct representation?
No.
Hell no. But that's how the American government works. So God damn it, that's how my Smash Brothers is going to work. So
That's how my Japanese Smash Brothers is going to work, since that's how the American government works.
that's how that's not the representation I want, but I'll take it. I will take Cloud and Smash. I'm open to it. There's a bunch of other characters who have been on Nintendo systems that they, from Squaresoft that I would have rather have had. But from what I've seen in his announcement video, the stage that he has, the interactive
It's so good.
hazards that they have with all the summons coming in, Ifrit, Shiva, just everybody coming in fucking shit up. and the fact that his final smash, the limit break bar, goes above his head, and he does an Omni Slash, it looks fucking sweet, and I love it.
It sure does.
But I would have rather had Furion or Chrono.
Next month, Crash Bandicoot and Juno.
They came out, they were like, "Hey guys, we're adding the fucking Witch Doctor mask from Crash Bandicoot." I'd be like,
dude,
like,
it's like I posted immediately when I saw this announcement. My first thing I posted on Facebook was, at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if Goku was announced. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, the final 4 Smash characters are gonna be like the
Goku,
Audi,
John Cena.
Listen, it's gonna be the Audi R8 from the Forza 3 cover, Rock Band 2 guitar, Lego Batman, and an ATV from Pure. And it's just gonna be like, what? Which, by the way, I would definitely play as the Audi R8 from the cover.
Did you just pick up things off of your desk and say?
I looked over at my Xbox games and I saw Forza and I saw the Lego Batman Pure combination game. And I saw my Rock Band guitar.
Man, that's perfect. Oh, man.
I mean, it'd be interesting. They'd probably get more news than Cloud, even, which is incredibly
Everyone would just be shaking their head like, I don't even know. What even is
an Audi R8?
You're like, guys, we've literally no one left to add into this game, so here is,
We've added the game into the game, so now you can play as the game case.
Oh.
It's
We've
so
added
meta.
We've added Delson Rowe from Infamous.
So anyways, yeah, so the final Smash Direct is coming next month, so look forward to that. Moving on to news. More news.
That wasn't news?
More news. Zelda news, in fact. Nintendo did reconfirm they did confirm Twilight Princess HD is coming in March.
Mm-hmm.
With a sweet-ass amiibo.
Yeah, with a sweet amiibo.
Amiibo looks so good.
Which apparently will also work with the new Legend of Zelda game coming for the Wii U in 2016. So, and they did announce too that the other Zelda amiibo will work for Twilight Princess HD as well. But nobody knows exactly what they do. The game does look a little bit nicer, but it is based on the GameCube layout. Like, things aren't mirrored.
Good.
But whether or not it's going to have motion controls as well, I don't know. Nobody knows. My guess is it'll probably support like gyro controls, kind of like Wind Waker does and the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing too crazy, I'm guessing. But we'll find out. March is not that far away, I guess.
I know.
It's not. And neither's that sweet amiibo. Hopefully you got a chance to get those bundles, because they seemed like they were selling out pretty good clip.
No, they're still up on GameStop right now.
Yeah, I picked up
and Amazon.
Pretty much everything that was announced that day.
Mm-hmm.
I reserved. Obviously, I reserved Twilight Princess HD because I reserved the other 2 games without playing them first. So this is just me hoping.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, that amiibo looks sweet, so I really wanted it.
Yeah, it really does. It looks nice. But Brandon, I do think that they sold out at one point, but they were back up. I do know
They did.
that.
Yeah.
They sold out when they first launched them, but then they were like, "Fuck it, and they've been up ever since.
My guess is Nintendo's like, look, just keep on taking pre-orders. We'll get you whatever you can. So, which hopefully that's true. We'll see. Star Fox Zero slated for April 22nd. They showed off some new footage of it. Nothing too crazy, I didn't think. I mean, I was happy to see it again.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Hopefully, it will come out on April 22nd.
I know. I can't imagine them delaying it again, but we'll find out, I guess, on April 22nd.
Maybe it'll become like Star Fox 2, and it will never exist.
It could be too. Maybe it'll get ported to the NX. More Splatoon content's coming through January. They announced like 3 new stages, like a museum
And some
one.
of them they immediately launched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like some of the weapons and stuff were good to go right away. I think it's great. Like Splatoon's a lot of fun. I haven't played it in a few months, but
Yeah, me neither. But apparently it's still hot.
Yeah.
I still love it.
it's been a good seller for Nintendo, and it makes sense for them to keep it going. So that's awesome. Super Mario Maker's getting a browser-based portal, so
Which is really cool, because now you can like find things online without having to boot up your Wii U and be like, oh, I want to favorite this so I can play it later. And da-da-da-da.
Or also it'd be really nice too, I imagine, like, I would hope at least, that people can send you like, hey, I made this level, and you can just load it right up on the browser. And
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
yeah, so like when you have people on Twitter like, oh, play my level, it can be a lot more streamlined to actually do that. So, Hyrule Warriors Legends is coming March 24th.
I actually really want this.
I do want that a lot too. And you probably want it even more now that it has Linkle.
Linkle is best Link.
The female Link design.
They have gone on record and said it's not a female Link. It's a character that looks like Link that happens to be female that will have a backstory that will tie into the series in some way, shape, or form. I read that today. I don't know what it's going to do, though.
Female Link, that's what it is.
It's not female Link.
She's the hero of time and needs to save the crystals. And
she needs to save King K. Rool.
Yeah, and Princess Zelda, too.
Whoa, Prince Zelda.
Prince Zelda.
Prince Zelda.
Prince Zeldar. Prince Zeldar.
Prince Zeroldo.
Yeah, exactly. Dragon Quest.
That's Link.
Speaking of strong Square Enix support, Dragon Quest 7 and
Oh
8
yes,
coming to 3DS.
yes.
Officially in the West in 2016.
Yes.
So
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I've always wanted to play 8, so I'm actually
It's
really
so
excited
good.
about that.
I haven't played a Dragon Quest ever. And actually,
Dude.
I was planning on my first one being the one that's coming out for PS4 soon because it looks great.
Hmm.
But I do want to play these as well.
It's so good. Play it. They're good.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I would say so. And the 3DS is definitely no stranger to RPG love this year coming up. Fire Emblem Fates
you get,
coming out
you get
February
3
19th.
Fire Emblems at
Yeah.
once.
They announced the collector's edition for, I think it was $80?
$80.
Yeah.
Best Buy,
Great.
$80. I saw it there. And it gives you all the games on one cartridge. So
I was curious about that because I was like, are they going to just give you one game and 2 downloads? Or are
I
they
don't-
gonna be...
on one cartridge.
I
Yeah.
don't think the third storyline's on that cartridge, though.
It says all 3 are included on the cartridge.
Yeah.
Specifically on the page.
But, no, all 3 are included, but I don't think... Because they said the third one is not available at launch. So I don't think it's going to be in the collector's edition. My guess is it will be...
It says that you get the third game early, a week early, because it will release after launch a week later. But if you get the $80 version, you get it included on that cartridge a week early.
Nice. Yeah, I was just really curious about how it was going to get handled. So I was like, all right, the bag looks cool, and the other shit looks cool, but I'm going to really be sad if this is all just DLC, because I know Nintendo would just be the people that be like, all right, you can download all 3 of the games, but I'm happy that it's actually on a physical card. So
Yeah, that is pretty nice. Other news. More RPGs coming to 3DS in February, even. Pokemon Blue,
Woo!
Red, and Yellow coming to the Virtual Console, February 27th.
Yep.
Includes wireless battle and training as well.
gonna get that yellow.
Which I'm pretty impressed about. I didn't expect that they would do
Yeah,
that.
I didn't either. That's actually pretty cool. So,
Mhm.
there you go.
Yeah.
Triforce Heroes gets an update on December 4th, which gives you a new Den of Trials, which is it 50 levels?
I think it's 30.
It might be 30, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't fully look into this one, because
I
I
think
didn't have the game when this showed up. I bought it afterwards.
Yeah, I think it's 32, to be honest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, it's you gotta kill all the enemies in the room before you can move on to the next one, and it's supposed to get harder along the way, and so on and so forth. And yeah, it looks like it could be a lot of fun, but it also adds new costumes, including one that allows you to see what's inside the treasure chest before you open them,
Which
seems really cheap.
Cheats.
Eh,
And there's also that Oni Link costume, too.
Yes, and the Fierce Deity, right?
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Fierce
okay.
Deity. That's what it's called, though, right? It's called Oni Link?
Yeah, I think it's called that in Japan because Oni is demon, so Demon Link.
I think that's what they call it in the US too. I don't know. I can't remember anymore. It's not been that long since I played Majora's Mask, but it's been like a long time since I've like read the specificity of the naming stuff. So
No, they call it Fierce Deity over here.
but they can
US
also
Fierce
call it
Deity,
Oni Link too.
Oni Link over in Japan.
Japan.
because Oni is like, I don't want to sound like a weeb, so let's just continue.
I already
Yeah.
told you what it is.
Yeah, you're such a weeb, Brandon. Stupid.
Weeb.
Anyways,
You drink your ramune and munch on your coffee.
Did you say Ramenade? Like, is it like
No,
lemonade but with ramen?
No. Ramune.
Ramune, okay.
Yeah. Ramenade sounds.
Oni is also a game that was made by Rockstar and Bungie
Ooh.
in 2001.
But yeah, I guess it is the popular name for Fierce Deity, the Masked Link, is Oni Link. Anyways, Pokemon Picross, free to start, launching in December. It's a Picross game, not the Picross game I wanted, to be fair.
I'm gonna expect those little blocks to tell me every time I chip one away that I need to give Nintendo another $1 so I can continue chipping.
I was so excited, like, when I saw Picross, I'm like, yeah, it's Picross! And I was expecting Picross, like, 3D. And that was this, I was like, no. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I don't want this game. So, but Picross games are fun. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just not the one I wanted, damn it. So, there is that Mario & Luigi Paper Jam coming January 22nd. We are the last place in the world getting it, so I hope you enjoy it. So, everywhere else is getting it next month. Suckers. So, that game...
Yeah, they get to play that shitty game early.
Yep. That game looks like it'll be great. I'm really excited for it. It has Amiibo support, too. You can scan in your Amiibos, get special cards, blah, blah, blah.
Ooh, this next one I really want. It comes out a day after my birthday.
So, yeah, the Mega Man Legacy...
The
Mega C comes with the Gold Mega Man Amiibo. It's coming out the day after Brandon's birthday, if you're following along. And apparently it is the only way to get the Gold Mega Man Amiibo.
Woo!
So, I pre-ordered this game, and I'm going to try to sell the actual physical game. It's such a ripoff. It's like $50. The game by itself is only $30. You're basically paying $20 for that Amiibo.
But it's gold.
Yeah.
Gold Mario is only $12.99. I don't know why this one has to be any more.
Because it's
Well,
Mega Man.
inflation.
Oh, well.
Oh, because it's harder.
But the Mega Man Amiibo, they did say will actually unlock like challenge modes.
Yep.
And stuff in the 3DS version.
The same challenge modes that you get for free on PC currently.
Oh, really? Is it the same ones?
I don't know.
I thought they said they were...
I think there's some specific ones that are Nintendo.
Because there are challenge modes, like, otherwise in the game, but, like, the Mega Man one's supposed to open up, like they said, exclusive ones, I thought.
Well, we'll see. We will see how exclusive they are.
Find out. I don't really plan to play them, so there's
I do, because Mega Man, and I just spent an absorbent amount of money on Mega Man 5 for the NES.
So you could have spent half of that and gotten the gold Mega Man Amiibo.
Actually, a little over half of that.
It rounds out to about the same price. Anyways, more Amiibo are coming, though. Lucas... from Mother 3, and the Animal Crossing Amiibo Wave 2, which we talked about before. Those are coming on January 22nd. It's like Mr. Rossetti, Blathers, and...
Rossetti is my faves.
Yeah.
I hate him, but I love to hate him.
Exactly. So those are coming January 22nd. They're coming in December in Japan if you are feeling anxious and want to import. Also, they did actually, Stealth leaked more Amiibo. Apparently, like, you know, they have those little Amiibo machines in the stores that talk about, like, what's coming out and different things? Apparently, they updated them right after Nintendo Direct, and they included things like Roy, exclusive to GameStop. And they also had pictures for Rover and Cap'n from Animal Crossing. And also a Tommy and Timmy Amiibo, which is both of them on the same Amiibo, is exclusive to Target. So, and they also showed off, I guess, designs for the Ryu Amiibo was another thing that was on there too. But, yeah. So, more Amiibo are on the way, unsurprisingly. Actually, best speculation I heard for the Roy Amiibo was February 19th to coincide with Fire Emblem, which makes a lot of sense. So, because those, I don't know if Roy does. I would imagine so. But the other Fire Emblem Amiibo you could scan into Fire Emblem and then battle them and then bring them on your team, I guess. So, yay! Any other news you guys want to talk about?
No.
No? Alright. Let's wrap this up then. Thank you everyone for listening to us this week. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, on Stitcher, we're on YouTube, and on the website doublegaming.com. Leave us a review, share the podcast with a friend. We always appreciate the feedback. And we also soon will be on Google Play Store. Still haven't gotten official word as to when that will launch yet, but stay tuned for that. Also, you can keep in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter, at GMECRUNCH on Twitter. It's also a good place to leave us some feedback. We love hearing from you guys. It's always a good time. Brandon, do you have anything to send out on?
No.
No? All right. Nick!
Not yet. It's not ready.
It's not ready.
Not ready yet. Nick, anything to send out on?
Yes. You might have noticed that yesterday, or Sunday rather, I did not stream anything.
Is it because you're playing Fallout?
There was a reason for that.
Was it Fallout?
Well, I was going to stream Fallout 4. The reason why I didn't stream is because I was stuck, not literally stuck, but at the point I was at in the game, literally it was like one of those things where all right, you have to finish this little quest line, and until you do, you can't fast travel anywhere, you can't leave. You have to focus on this right now. And where I was would be major spoilers for the game. So I was like, well, yes, we're not streaming.
Actually, I do have something to share.
Yeah.
It seems Batman Arkham Knight has been released for the 4th time on Steam, and it doesn't work.
Woo! But, so, hope stream this Sunday, probably Fallout 4, probably exploring, probably doing trophy hunting bullshit. I don't know how close I am to beating the game, but we shall see, so.
Fair enough. And what did we learn this week?
We learned that after Cloud being announced in Smash, literally anybody's game, including the Audi R8 from the Forza 3 cover, Brandon spends way too many monies on video games. I spent way too much money on Fallout 4. And...
Yeah, how much was that Pip-Boy edition?
$120.
See, my $90 is not that much when compared to the $120, right? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I can just emulate Mega Man, but I can buy Mega Man on literally every other platform for, $5 maybe.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't already have it on other platforms.
Oh, no,
I just wanted the original copy.
And yeah, those 3 things. I don't have a 4th thing.
Okay, that's good. And with that said, my name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me on the internet. I am Clash of Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game off.
Fallout on.
So there's that.
Whoa.
Something
I know.
broke.
I just knocked over a bottle.
Okay.
But we're okay. Everyone's okay.
Bar fight.
Oh yeah, I forgot one game I've been playing also. Let me just fix that real quick.
What game is that, Woody Woodpecker?
Oh, you bought that?
Yep.
We should play together, Brandon.
I would love to, actually, because the people I bought it to play with have not played with me yet, and I'm upset. I've just been playing with the fucking little... I've been trying to learn how to play it by playing the single player, which is garbage.
No. Play it with randos. That's the best way to play no matter what.